so here we are. We're on the lower acreage on Priceless Farms, where we're putting in the first beta plantation for the Ventree Plantation. We're standing on approximately 10 acres of land which has been plowed for the very first time. This is valley land. It was very hard clays. We've gotten a major rain dump, which means now we're ready to start planting. So we're going to put in approximately 26,700 trees on this 10 acres here. And as soon as we're ready, if we get more and more rain, it'll allow us to put in more plantations, so we can actually double, if not triple, the amount that we're going to do if the rain works with us. So if you look over here, you can see this sort of savanna style grassland behind me, and basically all we have to do is go in there with a tractor and plow it all down and get it ready so that we can put in all the new trees. And we have another 60 acres going down in this direction to go into, and it's just a matter of clearing the brush, clearing the grasses. We leave most of the indigenous trees, and slowly over time we can selectively log those indigenous trees for firewood while our sustainable forest comes up, which is the lyra tree that we're doing. It's an African species. It's very, very conducive for growing vegetables. It's also conducive for animals to graze in. The goats leave them alone while working on the grasses around. And our teams will work year in and year out for the 6-year period so that we reap the benefits of a very, very handsome financial model, essentially, when we start selling the poles, when we start selling the plank wood in the later years. So that's where we're at. And today we're beginning the planting, so you can get to see some of the first seedlings going in. And yeah, it's an exciting thing.
Tell us about this soil here.
Well, the soil this is the first time that it's been plowed, and it is the valley soil. So we're actually in a valley. I would say there's a catchment area from the main road probably of about 2,000 acres or more of land which is flowing into this valley. So we've got really good soils here. It's very, very enriched with all the nutrients which are passively flowing over decades and eons since this landform was formed into this valley. So we have this incredibly dark, rich soil. It is high in clay content, which is a good thing, especially during the rainy season. It can hold a lot of nutrients, and we're going to keep adding to it by putting in these sustainable tree plantations, because the style of plantation we're doing is whereby we have very, very thick planting. We're doing only 1.5 meter spacing, and as time goes on, we selectively cut out percentages of the trees, which alleviates and creates, it alleviates organic matter underground, where those root systems have developed now, taking up that space, aerating the soil, passively aerating it, and then allowing those root systems to be eaten by the trees that we leave for later production, or later harvesting, if you will, whereby those trees are now going to grow much, much faster. And this is one of the key elements of what we're doing with Ventree. We're not just planting 6 meter spacing thinking about only harvesting after year 6 or year 10 or year 15. We're planting very, very tight so that we have an economic model that is giving us returns every year after the first or second year, depending on how much rain we get, depending on how well the trees do. Now, we've already done some test plants here. They're performing very well. It's a drought-resistant tree, but if we get a lot of rain events, it is very likely we can actually start harvesting pole wood for local markets within the first year, because these trees just grow that fast. So it's really exciting. Really, really good soils here.